is here. It's by Onyx, and it's in full color. It has X mode, it has video, it has Google Play. It also has an octa-core processor with Android 9. Seems like it has it all. How does it perform? Let's check it out. At first glance, it looks like a Poke 2, and that's because it is, but there's one major thing that you see is that the background is a little bit gray, and this is because it's using color, if you haven't already found out by the title. If you turn the glow light off entirely, it's still kind of gray. This is just inherently the main problem with the first wave of color e-ink. So you have storage, you have applications all right here, and you have settings. Settings has your firmware update, your account management, everything you're going to need, and the top bar right here has your glow light and your volume. You also have modes, Wi-Fi, rotation, and edit, and you have your typical Android configurable back, center to go home, and that for multi-window. Without the glow light on and without any color on your screen, it's actually a little bit difficult to look at. It's very darkened, the background is a little gray, and the dark blacks are not all that vibrant. But that's not what this reader is about. This reader is all about color, which we'll get to in a second. You can see you have all of your text augmentation up top. We're using the Amazon application. The Amazon application is fully functional on this device, of course, because it is running Android. And you can see the color starts to shine through here on your library. Aside from the fact that this does have the ability to run manga, PDFs, ebooks, etc., that's not the inherent point of this device. The point is that it's running color. And if you see the manga experience right here, you will see that it is in full, beautiful, vibrant color. You can do everything from pinch and zoom. You have a mini map that shows up on the top right corner. Everything is business as usual as a device, but the colors are very beautiful. In fact, it's a little bit of a later release, and it looks a little bit better than its previous competitors like the iReader C6 and the iFlyTech. You can see navigating is really good, and we do have some modes as well, and it's something very interesting we're going to show you about the modes right now. If you tap on the top bar, you get normal, speed, A2, and X mode. It basically just means normal, fast, faster, and fastest. But the most interesting thing about this is if you choose X mode, it actually turns off the color. You will see here that the color is about 98% turned off. You get a little bit of little dots on the screen, but you can almost safely say it's entirely turned off, and it is turned into black and white. The other modes don't do this. It actually speeds up the device pretty drastically, but it doesn't turn the color off. For example, A2 mode still has the color shine through. Of course, using applications like Comixology, Marvel Comics app, and this one, Tachiyomi, allows you to get a good access to chapters that come out periodically, etc. And of course, the functionality is very good. It does access the internet for a lot of them, but look at that quality of color. I mean, it's like looking at an actual comic, and that's saying a lot because usually on e-ink it just, it looks a little drab, black and white, and honestly, manga in Japan is primarily black and white, but it is nice to see color manga, especially on this device. Our go-to PDF is used as a benchmark across all devices because this remains constant. It looks alright on this. The colors are actually less faded out than previous models of color, and it's actually more rich. It's very nice to navigate on this device because it is the fastest color e-reader ever made, but you do get a lot of staining. You can refresh at any time by giving it a kick or changing modes. You can change to the other modes, like speed mode, which really speeds things up, or A2 mode to go even faster. Pinching and zooming is very good on PDFs, and you do get long press and basically all the PDF capabilities you get on other Onyx devices, minus the note-taking. But again, this is running Android. If you don't like what you see on the stock reader, you can download another PDF app. For pictures and images, normal mode looks the best, of course. You'll see that everything is vibrant, nice and green and lush on all these photos as we use as examples. As you turn the modes to other modes, for example speed mode, it starts to get a little bit fuzzy and the colors slowly start to go away. This isn't to say the colors don't shine through, because they still do. Now when we go to the final mode before we exit color altogether, which is A2 mode, you'll notice that the colors are even more so gone and the staining has heavily increased. And it's not just on PDFs and manga. If you do go to X mode, you see 98% of that color just vanish and the staining has massively increased. Everything is turned black and white for the most part, but the device has heavily sped up and your navigation is very, very tablet-like. Because the device is so fast, web browsing is no longer an issue like those other experimental web browsers we've seen before. Banners show up nicely, colors are vibrant, and everything is business as usual. You can use those modes once again to speed things up and make your experience a lot more snappy. But for the most part, web browsing is very, very comfortable and nice, minus the fact that this is a very small screen. Onyx is moving even further into the territory of doing what others simply can't. Is they've corrected the glow light. A lot of the other manufacturers, Hisense, Pocketbook, etc., they had a really blue tinge to it, but you'll see that's been corrected and it actually looks great. It's a little bit bright when you go full blast, but it looks fantastic with the lights on, and it looks even better with the lights off. The glow light has been completely corrected, and if you wanted a color e-reader that doesn't have that blue tinge glow light problem, this is the answer. In terms of it just being an e-reader, it's nothing spectacular. It's just the Poke 2 in a more expensive form. But in terms of it being color, this is a masterpiece. There are only a few manufacturers that have color available, and this is the best one. It has Google Play, it has an Octa-core processor, it's got a beautiful glow light. More importantly, it is running X mode and alternative modes, meaning you can actually watch videos, you can turn off the color if you want, and it's just doing things that the other ones failed to do. It's also in multiple languages, and it comes from a company with a 12-year track record. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. For now, this is the full review of the Onyx Boox Poke 2 Color.